TJX, which now owns Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods, is still going.
This picture of them is actually fun. Like this guy's got shades on, and these hats. Like, man. Welcome back to channel, my wonderful people. Today, your fellow Gen Z Brit, born in the 2000s, going to be checking now another Reddit history video. This is stores we loved that no longer exist. Now, guys, I'm really curious to see what this was going to be about. There's so many stores, especially considering how this is from the US as well, that I know I'm just not going to be aware of being a Brit and just not been born in this time. So let's see exactly what was going on back in the days and maybe some of the things that I might have missed. And I'll be so curious to see like if any of them are really, really wacky compared to what I'm used to now. But anyways, guys, like, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Join me in this journey of curiosity. Road to 60K, as you can see above me on the screen there. And don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Help push these videos in the algorithm for me. The support is always appreciated. You guys, the support you guys have been showing me in general has been amazing. And what a journey it's been so far. So yeah, guys, look. That being said, let's get into this one. Yeah, let's go.
Throughout the years, retail has seen a lot of changes. Some businesses have failed to adapt to changing tastes, while others have suffered from discount stores and online sales. Sadly, many once iconic retailers are now nothing more than distant memories. In today's video, we will have a look back on some of the popular stores that are no longer around. F.W. Woolworth Company was founded in 1879 by Frank Winfield Woolworth. The first stores were located in Utica, New York and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. They sold general merchandise and were referred to as five and dime since they sold everything for 10 cents or less. The chain grew quickly, and by 1905, Woolworth invited rival retailer chains who happened to be relatives to merge with him. There were 2,250 stores by 1929.
Whoa.
Over the years, the company purchased other chains, including Foot Locker. Unfortunately, Woolworth variety stores closed in 1997.
Wow. Woolworth sounds familiar. I don't know where I've heard of that before, but it sounds like an interesting one. I don't think I know about this.
1997.
Okay.
Marshall Field's original store was opened by Potter Palmer in Chicago in 1852 and eventually grew into a chain centered in the Midwest. The flagship store was pretty fancy with its gorgeous clocks, Tiffany ceiling, and iconic placards across 73 acres of floor space.
Wow.
It was the largest in the world at that time.
Wow.
In 2006, the chain was acquired by Macy's and was renamed.
Interesting.
Mervyn's was started by Mervyn G. Morris in 1949 in San Lorenzo, California. The company was located mainly in the West and grew to almost 200 stores.
Whoa.
This mid-price chain...
Whoa. What is this? What is the context behind this image right here? Why are there so many people lined up? Is this for the opening of the place? Because that's a lot of people and a lot of cars. Like, these are like, what, 70s cars, right? At least I would assume. Interesting stuff, man. Interesting.
In the West and grew to almost 200 stores. This mid-price chain boomed in the 1970s but had troubles when it began expanding outside of the state of California. Stores started closing all around the country in the early 2000s. In 2008, they filed for bankruptcy and all the stores were closed forever.
Wow.
Gimbels
2008, was that anything to do with the financial crisis? I don't know, but yeah, again, this must be more of an American thing. I was alive around these times, but I've never heard this in my life.
Early 2000s. In 2008, they filed for bankruptcy and all the stores were closed forever.
Forever, wow.
Gimbels was founded in 1842 by Adam Gimbel in Indiana. Eventually, the company opened stores in Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and New York. In 1920, Gimbels sponsored the 1920 Gimbels Thanksgiving Parade in Philadelphia to spur holiday shopping. This business idea was copied by Macy's in 1924. You may recognize this store for its role in the classic Christmas movie Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay.
Sadly, the company was closed for good in 1986 after it was purchased by the company that owned Kohl's.
Huh. Yeah, never heard of that one
Montgomery
either.
Ward and Company was started in 1872 by Aaron Montgomery. It began as a mail order business selling to farmers in rural areas near Chicago.
Okay.
The first retail stores opened in 1926, and within 5 years they grew to more than 500 locations. In 1985, the company ended their catalog business. Because of competition from new discount retailers in the 1990s, the store filed for bankruptcy in 1997.
That's tough.
This started the closure of stores, with the last one closing in 2001. The name was purchased by a new investor, and it relaunched as an online company in 2004.
It's online company, okay.
In 1897, Sebastian Spierig Kresge and his partner founded the five and dime store Kresge's, which was located in Detroit. Sebastian soon became the sole owner, and by 1935, Kresge's grew to 745 stores throughout the Midwest and East. In 1962, the company decided to enter the discount market, and they opened the first Kmart outside of Detroit.
Oh,
The company then went through
I was wondering why that name sounded familiar. Yeah, they were the ones behind Kmart. Okay.
And they opened the first Kmart outside of Detroit. The company then went through an aggressive expansion, and the corporate name was changed to Kmart in 1977. The remaining Kresge stores were sold off by 1987.
Wow. Yeah, Kmart.
Kaufmann's was started by two brothers in Pittsburgh
Insane.
in 1871 as a men's tailoring and
Like, from what I heard, Kmart is a very popular one as well. At least one of those ones that a lot of people remember from back in the day. You guys let me know if you agree with that or not. And yeah, so far, like, this is all new news to me, like, except for the Kmart one-ish.
then went through an aggressive expansion, and the corporate name was changed to Kmart in 1977. The remaining Kresge stores were sold off by 1987. Kaufmann's was started by two brothers in Pittsburgh in 1871 as a men's tailoring and ready-to-wear store. Two more brothers joined the company a few years later, and the store grew into a chain of nearly 60 stores located in the East. The company was acquired a few times before Macy purchased and rebranded it in 2006. Sadly, the original Kaufmann's flagship store location has since closed.
Jeez, man. Yeah, wow. I would have never have known.
Hill's department store was founded by Herbert H. Goldberger in 1957.
Some of these pictures kill me, you know, like why are the car parks so huge in the US? At least back then they definitely were. And the fact that there's this many cars in the car park, like, is insane. Like, you literally, it's like an endless array of cars that just go on forever and ever. Like, I just can't. Like, you don't see that kind of stuff in the UK, man, at all.
Hill's department store was founded by Herbert H. Goldberger in 1957 in Youngstown, Ohio. The chain expanded into many Midwestern states and a handful of Southern ones. In 1987, the store went public, and it became the 8th largest discount retailer in the United States.
Okay.
By the 1990s, the stores were struggling, and they filed for bankruptcy.
Ooh.
In 1995, they were taken over by Ames, but neither company survived by 2002.
Dark.
National Record Mart was started by Hyman Shapiro and his sons in 1937 and was located in Pittsburgh. They specialized in used 78 RPM records from jukeboxes. The company became the first music store chain in the United States and helped bring the Beatles to town for a concert in 1964.
Oh, wow.
They had more than 160 stores as
Led
far away
Zeppelin.
as Hawaii and Guam by 1998. But in the 90s, sales were suffering and all stores were closed by 2002. In 1895, Paul Bonwit founded a luxury department store in New York City, and then he partnered with Edmund D. Teller in 1897. The Bonwit Teller store became known for its upscale goods and eventually opened locations in other areas. In the 80s, the store changed hands several times and eventually filed for bankruptcy in 1989. The store can also be remembered in classic films. Katharine Hepburn mentions the store in Death Set. It also is in the opening of Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Marcy from Oliver's Story is a heiress to the company's fortune.
But it really does seem like there was quite a few of these stores that started around like the 1800s, like later in the 1800s, and you know, even the early 1900s, and they fall off towards the end of the 20th century, and I think a lot of that probably is probably to do with the changing of like technology and what was going on at the time. But it's to say, it's mad. It's mad to see just how many of these came and went that I've never even heard of before.
Brothers Max and Morris Feldberg started a company called Zaire in Boston in 1919 to supply undergarments to department stores. Within a decade, they figured out a woman's specialty store was the way to go. By the end of World War II, their shops expanded into New England and grew steadily throughout the 50s and 60s. Zaire tried to buy Marshalls in the 1970s but failed. In response to that, they decided to start their own similar store called TJ Maxx in 1977. Eventually, Zaire was sold off to Ames department store, but Zaire's one true subsidiary, TJX, which now owns Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods, is still going.
This picture of them is actually funny, man. Is this like a troll pic?
It's like, still going.
Wait, in case you guys didn't see that, this is what I was talking about. Like this guy's got shades on, and these hats, like, man.
Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods is still going. Hecht was a prominent department store across the mid-Atlantic and southern United States for 150 years.
Whoa.
The store was acquired by Macy's Inc. in 2005, and the name of the stores was changed to Macy's.
Ah, okay. Hecht got changed to Macy's.
Bon-Ton began in 1898 as Grumbacher and Son in York, Pennsylvania, where they sold hats and dry goods. The company expanded during World War I, and stores opened outside of Pennsylvania. They continued to grow successfully in successive decades, especially so in the 1990s. However, the company went through several different CEOs who tried to rescue its presence in the market and failed. The chain filed for bankruptcy in 2018, and all stores were liquidated, but they still operate a website.
That's not even that long ago.
At one time, people took real photos with actual cameras and then had to get them developed somewhere. That's where Preston Fleet came into the picture. He founded Photomat in California in 1968. This business became iconic, and its gold-roofed kiosks soon popped up by the thousands in parking lots across America.
In parking
They were
lots.
A convenient service where you could drop off your film and pick up your finished photos by the next day.
Wow.
Most Photomats had shut down by the late 90s when one-hour film developing had made the business obsolete.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I was like, yeah, considering what I know, and then looking back at this retroactively, it's like, yeah, like this was always gonna fall off with the advent of technology changing as well. Like, there's no way this was staying around, but it definitely did seem like a staple, especially in the car parks, in the parking lots, whatever you want to call them. And it kind of, at least the way I'm trying to understand it is kind of like it's kind of like a post box, but instead of a post box, or you can deliver like your mail, you want to stop by and deliver mail, you just stop by and, pick up a photo back in the day. Interesting.
Down by the late 90s when one-hour film developing had made the business obsolete.
Whatever you call it.
Service merchandise began in 1934 by the Zimmerman family, and the company had more than 400 stores at its peak. They started out as a five and dime store in Pulaski, Tennessee, and then evolved into a catalog showroom that specialized in fine jewelry and household items.
All right, okay.
In 1999, the company filed for bankruptcy, and all stores were closed by 2002. Since that time, the company has relaunched an e-commerce site.
Okay, so a lot of them going online.
Circuit City was a store where you could buy anything from TVs and computers to audio equipment and car stereos. At its peak, they had 567 stores.
Wow.
They were founded in
Circuit
1949 by Samuel Wurtzel as the Ward's Company. This company went through several purchases, and eventually the name was changed to Circuit City Stores, Inc. In 2008, the chain declared bankruptcy and closed all of its locations by 2009. Following the closure of the physical stores, the brand name was purchased and has continued on with online sales, even though they've had a couple different owners.
Wow. I've never heard of that place.
HHGregg was founded in 1955 in Princeton, Indiana, where they sold appliances and electronics. The company had expanded into 20 states, but in 2017, the store closed over 130 locations and laid off more than 5,000 people.
Jeez.
A website for the company then tried to make a comeback for the store a few months later.
So many.
Linens
man.
and Things was established in 1975 in Clifton, New Jersey, and it was once a homeware and home accessories superstore. By December of 2006, the chain operated 571 stores across 47 U.S. states, 6 Canadian provinces, as well as 7,300 employees.
Impressive.
The company was acquired by Apollo Global Management that same year, and they went from a public company to private. 2 years later, the business struggled and was forced to file bankruptcy, which resulted in the closure of all stores. The brand name has continued to struggle as an online business through several owners. Sports Authority has its roots going back to 1928 when Nathan Gart started the company with $50 in fishing rod samples. After several mergers and name changes, they finally settled
Wait,
on
started a company with what?
Back to 1928 when Nathan Gart started the company with $50 in fishing rod samples.
Wow.
After several mergers and name changes, they finally settled on the name Sports Authority. At its peak, they had more than 460 stores across the U.S. Competition from other online and in-store retailers forced the company to file for bankruptcy in 2016. That same year, Dick's Sporting Goods won an auction for the Sports Authority name and intellectual property. Whether you grew up shopping in these establishments or you just heard about them in stories from your parents and grandparents, you can't help but feeling a little nostalgic when you see some of the old photos from these stores. I hope you enjoyed our little walk down the aisle of forgotten businesses. As always, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, guys, that's definitely the end of this video, and I just can't believe this, man. Like this, I'll be real, this video felt like, you know, listening to something in another language. Like I did not recognize a single one other than Kmart. Look, I would love to know how this one resonated with you guys. As always, look, fill me in, man. Was this really a nostalgic trip? Because I couldn't even tell you myself. I could not tell you. Have you guys been to some of these places that were shown in, you know, this compilation by Retty? And if so, yeah, what memories do you remember from these places? Do you feel like these descriptions were good descriptions? Were there some parts that you feel like, you know, maybe left out, or parts that you feel like should have got more praise in this video, if that makes sense? Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys thought about this one, how this one affected you guys. And as always, guys, if you made this point, don't forget to smash that like button and comment down a green heart if you made it to this point in the video, or hashtag flex for those of you guys that don't have emojis. And yeah, man, wow, it's always interesting going back in time to check out some of these things, and I guess I learned something new today, man. And yeah, it's crazy. It's like you don't appreciate the things you never even knew existed, but I'm sure a lot of you guys would appreciate that, man. Like, because I had no clue there were all of these places that opened up and then closed down, and there seems to be quite a few of them as well. But yeah, guys, look, that's my reaction. If you want to see me check out some more of these kind of compilations, I've got plenty of these videos on my channel, and I have some videos linked at the end of this one that you guys can check out next. But with that being said, I've been your boy J Flex, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.